Almost every burst of speed in a game is multi-directional. Lateral sprint, turnaround sprint, stop and go into another direction. And the faster you can transition between those without losing balance or force, the more dangerous you become on the pitch. Bryan Mbeumo is currently the second fastest player in the Premier League at the time of this recording.
And I am Wendell Dickinson, Bryan Mbeumo's personal private trainer.
Instead, Rosling attacking it, and so is a ball. Straight into the pocket.
And he's actually, right now at this very filming, he's the second fastest person in the Premier League. Last year he finished, he was the third fastest person in the Premier League. And last year he scored 20 goals, whereas the year before that, he scored 9. The year before that, he scored 9. The year before that, he scored 4. Together with Caesar, we have helped over 1,000 athletes get faster in over 60 different countries inside the Sprint Club.
This includes soccer, track, American football, basketball, and so much more. In this video, we're gonna break down the 3 pillars of elite soccer speed step by step.
Number 1, top speed. Top speed is the maximum velocity that you can reach in a sprint. For example, if you can run at 40 kilometers per hour, and that's your max velocity, and someone else's max velocity is 35 kilometers per hour, if you run at 80% of your max velocity, they'll be running at 92% of their max velocity to keep up with you. So who's gonna be tired at the end is the person that's not as fast. It's just that simple. I've helped Bryan's conditioning and speed by improving his quickness. We don't even do endurance, and he's literally able to run everybody ragged on the field without doing more endurance. I don't do endurance with him. I just help him get faster and faster and faster. And now he's jogging while everyone's trying to keep up with him, especially at the end of the game.
In order to improve your top speed, you must do pure speed training.
One of the biggest mistakes I see coaches make all the time is they'll run a fast sprint for 60, 50 meters, and then they'll turn right around in 30 seconds and do another one. And then turn right around in 30 seconds and do another one. And back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And they think they're doing speed. That's not speed. You cannot reach max velocity by doing that time after time after time. You have to get full recovery. Now you're gonna be at max speed, max velocity. That's the only way, the only way.
Some studies show that the average sprints in a soccer match last about 4 seconds. That's it, just 4 seconds of all-out effort. That means your training should reflect that reality. You need short, high-quality efforts in the 4 to 6 second range. That's where the real adaptation happens. The ones that make you faster every week without killing your legs. For example, if you're in 60 meters in 7.4, in training, you have to be able to get within 5% of that in order to actually train top speed. Without this, you can run all you want, but you won't actually be doing pure speed training, nor will you be improving your top speed. 2, multi-directional speed, also known as change of direction. This is when you're running outside of the traditional straight line.
For example, when it comes to change of direction, this actually gives you the ability to have resistance with your leg going in, and it actually helps you with your leg going out. So you're working on fast twitch fibers going out, and you're working on strength coming in, and then you reverse it, and you do the opposite. And now you have the ability to go back and forth very, very quickly. It's actually gonna help with your stop-go.
Here's an example workout for you to try. Stand in position, sprint forward, quick stop, explode at an angle, total 3 to 4 seconds to complete. This stimulates an attacking maneuver when a defender gets in the middle of your path, forcing you to cut to the side to get around them. If we can hit that 4-second sweet spot using multi-directional sprints, you'll become feared on the field.
If you're interested in training with us, then send us a message on Instagram or send us an email. And keep in mind, we only have limited space, so don't be slow.
3, cognitive speed. In a game, you have to respond to actions that are taking place. So being fast is not good enough if you cannot make very fast decisions. And here is where a concept called faking comes into place, which is actually quite simple. In a game, you have real movements and false movements. For example, an attacker moves down the middle of the field, fakes left, and then goes right. This movement needs to be trained Otherwise, cognitively, you will not be able to make an accurate and fast decision.
There are two different types of reactions. One is a reaction to a visual cue. The other is a reaction to an audio cue. And believe me when I tell you, they're completely different. A sprinter will react to the sound of the gun. A football player will react to a visual cue, as in the person went that way, so I'm going this way, vice versa. Either way, you have to do the thing that you're doing. In other words, if you don't do visual response times, you're not going to be as good as you can possibly be. Same goes for track athletes.
Here's an example workout. Stand about 10 meters away from the athlete, hold a red and green card. The athlete runs towards you, flash a color. Red means stop, green means go. Do 2 to 3 reps, then rest. Repeat 3 to 4 rounds. To make this better, introduce a third color, a false color, pink. This means nothing. So if you start, then pink comes up, you keep on running, and when red comes up, now you stop.
You know we can't show everything on YouTube, but if you're serious, send us a message and we'll take it from there.
You know what? There's a few more things that you have to know in order to become the fastest player on your team. Bryan was voted Premier League Player of the Month for October 2025. So listen closely. There's 5 things that you still need to know in order to get crazy results. 1, you don't need fancy equipment. Bryan does majority of Windows workouts at home with just some resistance bands. 2, this is not just for professionals. Yes, we work with pros. If you're a pro athlete, reach out and we can have a conversation. However, in the last 3 years, we've helped over 1,000 athletes get faster from all different levels using the Pure Speed system. So it's not just for pros, anyone can get faster. 3, this works for any sport that requires speed. For example, even 2 times NBA champion Norris Cole uses our Pure Speed system inside the Sprint Club. 4, you can achieve these results online. Don't stress if you don't have a trainer in person. Bryan travels constantly and Windows still manages his training even when they're not together physically. If you have a phone and an internet connection, you have everything that you need. 5, this works even if you have a coach or a team. We don't replace that. We just add the personalization level that they don't normally get. The athletes we work with know that going to the team, following a group training, and going home is not good enough. And there you go. If you want more, book a call and we can have a conversation. Again, this would not be possible without the team of professionals that Bryan works with, including Greatness Method, Kaffa Football Training, and everyone that he consults with on a regular basis. Take care, and we'll see you on the next one.